Brother, let me ask you something. What if the biggest lottery winners, the ones who smile with a calm that seems almost unnatural, already have a hidden ritual, something so simple, so profoundly personal, they never speak it out loud? What if their victory wasn't a lightning strike of random luck, but the inevitable harvest of a seed they planted in secret long before? They don't share the exact phrase they whisper to themselves in the quiet of the morning, when the world is still and the mind is soft. They don't tell you about the precise second their awareness flipped from a state of desperate I hope to a deep, unshakable knowing of it's done. They hold the secret not because they are selfish, but because it's a truth that can only be felt, not taught. It's a frequency that must be embodied, not just explained. Today, however, I'm handing you that key. This isn't about magical thinking, it's about intentional creating. It isn't a complicated number system, it isn't about analyzing statistics or spotting patterns, it's a single powerful declaration that the great metaphysical teacher Florence Scovel Shinn called the golden key to unlocking abundance. This is the master switch that flips your energetic polarity from lack to overflow. Use this key with the absolute conviction I'm about to show you, and your entire relationship with money, opportunity, and reality itself will transform. You won't be gambling with a piece of paper, you'll be decreeing wealth into physical form. Before we dive into the method, before I reveal the exact words, I want you to make a commitment to yourself. This isn't for me, it's for you. This is the first step in signaling your intent to the deepest part of your being and to the responsive universe around you. Go to the comments right now and type, "I am ready for wealth." Don't just type it. Feel the meaning behind the words, feel the relief and the readiness. By doing this, you are not just typing words into a box, you are performing a small but significant ritual. You are making a pact with your subconscious mind and the universe that you are serious about this change. You are drawing a line in the sand, separating the person you were from the person you are now choosing to become. Think about the last time you bought a lottery ticket. What was the energy behind it? Be honest with yourself. Most people walk up to the counter vibrating with a silent, desperate prayer. I really need this to work. Oh please, I sure hope I finally win. This one ticket could fix everything in my life. Each of those phrases, while completely understandable, is a tiny powerful magnet, but it's pointing directly at scarcity. You're broadcasting a frequency of lack, of need, of not having. You are screaming into the cosmos, I am broken, I am in debt, I do not have enough. The universe in its infinite and impartial wisdom isn't judging you, it's a mirror, an echo chamber, a cosmic copy machine simply and perfectly returning the frequency you broadcast. If you scream I need, the universe can only return the experience of needing. It cannot give you wealth when your entire being is a resonant antenna for poverty. Florence Scovel Shinn put it bluntly and perfectly, desire born of need keeps the need alive. When you beg for something, you are powerfully affirming its absence in your current reality. The true winners, the conscious creators, have learned not to beg, but to claim. They don't hope from a position of lack, they command from a position of wholeness. Florence Scovel Shinn wasn't some feel-good writer sitting on a couch in the modern era, rehashing ancient wisdom for a new generation. We're talking about 1925, a time when the world was vastly different, suspended between the roaring 20s and the looming Depression. In the heart of Manhattan, in a city buzzing with ambition and desperation, she was a pioneering metaphysical teacher, an artist and a leader in the New Thought movement, which held that our thoughts and words are causal, that they are the invisible tools that shape our tangible reality. Her parlors were packed with the city's elite and its everyday people, lawyers fighting unwinnable cases, artists crippled by creative blocks, surgeons facing impossible operations, and housewives trying to hold their families together. These weren't people seeking vague inspiration, they were people who needed tangible results, got them and came back for more, bringing their friends with them. Stories from her time speak of businesses on the brink of collapse, suddenly rescued by an unexpected investor, crippling debts dissolving as if by magic, and yes, unexpected windfalls, inheritances, and jackpots landing in her students' laps. She reminded every single person who walked through her door that prosperity is not a prize to be won, but a divine birthright to be claimed. The only barrier, she taught, is the mental soundtrack of limitation playing on an endless loop inside your head. Fix that internal soundtrack, she insisted, and you will inevitably, lawfully, fix your external results. Here it is. But don't just read it, feel it. Let the vibration of these words sink into your bones. Say it as if you are announcing a fact, like stating your own name or the color of the sky. This is not a request. It is a decree. La sustancia divina mi pertenece, ahora, y se manifiesta como sumas enormes y constantes de dinero. Let's break this down. La sustancia divina. This refers to the infinite formless stuff of the universe from which all things are made. It's the quantum field, the ether, God, the source of all supply. Mi pertenece ahora. This is the critical part. Not it will be mine one day, but it is mine now. You are collapsing time and claiming your inheritance in the present moment. Y se manifiesta. It is an active, ongoing process. You are commanding the unseen to become seen. Como sumas enormes y constantes de dinero. This is specific. You are not asking for just enough to get by. You are commanding enormous, ever-flowing, constant sums. Feel the profound difference in that statement. You're not begging for a handout. You're announcing your inheritance. You're not pleading with an external force. You're claiming what is rightfully yours by spiritual law. Each repetition of this phrase acts like a chisel, carving new neural pathways in the brain. It rewires the subconscious mind to stop hunting for evidence of lack and to start seeking out evidence of opulence, of overflow, of abundance. Speak it out loud, slowly and with intention, 3 times the moment you open your eyes in the morning. In that state, your mind is still in alpha waves, a deeply receptive state where it absorbs information like a sponge. Then speak it again with quiet confidence right before you hand over your cash for the ticket. In that moment, the outer action of buying the ticket and the inner frequency of already possessing the wealth kiss in perfect, undeniable timing. This isn't about time, it's about intention. This ritual takes less than a minute, but its effects can ripple through your entire life, changing the very fabric of your day. 1. Close your eyes. Take one deep, conscious inhale through your nose, imagining you are breathing in pure, golden, prosperous energy. Fill your lungs completely. Hold it for a count of 4. Then exhale slowly and fully through your mouth for a count of 8, releasing all tension, all doubt, all memory of past lack. 2. As you prepare to speak, picture the words not just coming from your throat, but originating in your chest, in your heart center. Imagine this space glowing with a powerful, warm light. The words are not just sounds, they are vibrations being born from this center of power. Repeat the phrase 3 times, with deliberate, unhurried pacing. La sustancia divina mi pertenece ahora, y se manifiesta como sumas enormes y constantes de dinero. With each repetition, imagine that glowing light in your chest expanding, becoming a powerful beam of golden energy shooting out from you into the universe, carrying your command. 4. Now let a slow, genuine grin spread across your face. Don't force it. Think of the feeling of profound relief. Feel your shoulders drop and relax, the way they would if you just saw a massive, life-changing deposit clear in your bank account. It's a feeling of relief, of completion, of it is done. Linger in this feeling for at least 10 seconds. 5. Open your eyes and move. Go about your day. Buy the ticket, pay a bill, sign a contract, but do it from this new state of being, calm, certain, and utterly finished with the old story of lack. You are now a person to whom wealth flows easily and constantly. Act like it. Elena was a receptionist in a small law office in Sevilla, a woman whose hope was beginning to fray and turn brittle. For 2 solid years she played the same combination of family birthdays in the lottery, and for 2 solid years she got nothing but the bitter taste of disappointment. She was on the verge of giving up entirely, resigning herself to a life of just enough. She stumbled upon this phrase in a dusty corner of the internet. That night, deeply skeptical but with nothing left to lose, she wrote it 10 times in her journal. The first few times, her hand felt clumsy, the words felt like a lie, but she persisted. She performed the ritual in the morning and again in the evening, speaking the words until they felt less like an affirmation and more like a memory of a future that had already happened. She fought the voice in her head that mocked her. On the 7th day, she walked to buy her ticket. Something felt different. There was no desperate hope, no knot in her stomach, there was just a quiet calm. It was a refund ticket, a free play from the previous week's loss, that won her the Gordo de la Primitiva prize, amounting to €87,000 after taxes. But what truly stunned her, what she talks about to this day, wasn't the amount of money. It was the immediate gut-level feeling, of course, that washed over her when she saw the matching numbers. There was no shock, no disbelief, just a quiet, peaceful recognition. She now runs her own successful interior design studio and still uses that same powerful line not just for finances but to call in new clients and opportunities, proving that the substance truly is constant. This isn't just wishful thinking or spiritual woo-woo. It's rooted in the very architecture of our brains. Neuroscientists call the process neuroplasticity, which is the brain's incredible ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections throughout life. When you consistently repeat an affirmation, especially one charged with strong positive emotion like the feeling of relief and certainty, you begin to physically rewire your brain. Think of it like creating a path in a dense forest. The first time is difficult, but the more you walk it, the clearer the path becomes. This process, sometimes referred to as selective synaptic plasticity, strengthens the neural pathways associated with your desired outcome, wealth, abundance, while the old, unused pathways of doubt and lack begin to wither away. Furthermore, this intentional focus activates a part of your brainstem called the reticular activating system (RAS). The RAS is your brain's filter. It determines what you notice and what you ignore. Have you ever bought a new car and suddenly started seeing that same model everywhere? The cars were always there, your RAS just wasn't programmed to highlight them for you. By focusing on enormous and constant sums of money, you are programming your RAS to highlight opportunities for abundance that were previously invisible to you. The lottery numbers on the screen don't change, but your internal filter does. Suddenly you notice the side gig you used to scroll past, you remember a forgotten collectible in the attic, you have a brilliant business idea in the shower. You receive an unexpected referral from a friend. The universe is providing evidence that the current of wealth is already moving in your direction, and now your brain is finally equipped to see it. If you feel this message is finding you at the exact perfect moment, if something deep inside you is resonating with this truth, go to the comments below and type, "My word is my magic wand." Recognize the power in that statement. The ancient practice of spelling was about casting spells with words. Your words have always been casting spells, creating your reality. The only difference is that now, you are going to do it consciously. You're taking the wand back. You're doing more than just typing. You're sealing the covenant with your new vibration right there. Be vigilant, because the old mindset, the ego that thrives on lack, will try to sabotage your new declaration. It is cunning and subtle. Here are 3 common errors that will neutralize the power of your words. 1. Softening the phrase into a polite request. Instead of claiming your divine substance, you might weaken it to, "It would be really nice to win something soon," or "I'm open to receiving more money." The universe is perfectly literal. Nice will get you crumbs, a free coffee, finding $1 on the street. Be bold, be specific, be demanding. You are not a beggar asking for scraps, you are royalty claiming your kingdom. 2. Mixing complaint energy with your declaration. This is the most common and insidious trap. You say "La sustancia divina me pertenece ahora," but with my luck, it probably won't be through the lottery, or you do the ritual and then immediately complain to a friend about your bills. You have just broadcasted 2 opposing signals at once. It's like trying to tune a radio to 2 different stations simultaneously. All you get is static. Your declaration must be pure and uncontradicted by your other words, thoughts, and feelings. 3. Micromanaging the how. This is a lack of faith disguised as strategy. If you insist that the money can only come through the lottery jackpot, you are slamming the door on the infinite and creative ways the universe loves to deliver. It could come through an inheritance, a business idea, a debt being forgiven, an old stock suddenly soaring. Your job is to stay focused on the what, enormous constant sums of money, and let the infinite intelligence of the universe handle the how. Be firm in your destination, but flexible about the route. Section 8. How to hold the frequency when the ego screams. Your rational mind, your ego, will inevitably revolt. It has spent a lifetime collecting evidence of lack and limitation. It will scream, "This is ridiculous. Look at your bank balance. Look at the bills. Who are you kidding?" When it does, do not fight it. You cannot win a wrestling match with your own ego. Fighting it gives it energy. Instead, you must starve it of attention and gently pivot. Write the phrase on a post-it note and stick it on your bathroom mirror, your computer monitor, your car's dashboard. Every single time your ego begins its fearful chatter, your eyes will catch the note. In that moment, place your hand on your heart, take one slow deep breath, read the words, and smile knowingly. This simple act shifts your attention from the ego's fearful chatter in your head, to the feeling of embodied safety and truth in your heart. It is repetition, not resistance, that dissolves doubt. Every time you choose the feeling of the affirmation over the feeling of the fear, you are recasting your vote for a new reality. You are patiently training the wild animal of your mind to obey its true master. In 2007, Cynthia Stafford was a single mother raising 5 of her late brother's children, and she was struggling financially in a way most of us can barely imagine. But Cynthia had discovered the power of focused intention. She didn't just hope to win the lottery. She decided she was going to, and she decided on a specific amount, $112 million. This number wasn't random, it held a deep personal significance for her, making the desire precise and emotionally charged. Every single day for months, she would sit quietly, close her eyes, and live in the reality of having that money. She would visualize the exact amount in her bank account. She would feel the paper of the check in her hands. She would imagine the relief, the freedom, the joy of providing for her family. She wrote the number down on a piece of paper and slept with it under her pillow, programming her subconscious mind even as she slept. She repeated her intention consistently, feeling the reality of it in her bones. She wasn't just hoping, she was training herself, cell by cell, to become the person who had already won. About 4 or 5 months later, she won the California Mega Millions jackpot. The exact amount was $112 million. When reporters mobbed her, asking if she was surprised, she said no, with a calm that baffled them. She was expecting it. She had already lived it 1,000 times in her mind. Keep your favorite numbers, your rituals, your lucky shops. This phrase doesn't replace your method of play, it supercharges it. The words are the electricity, and the numbers are the conduits. Before you mark the numbers on the lottery slip, or before you purchase the ticket, perform this small act of consecration. Lay your palm flat on the ticket, or the slip of paper. Close your eyes and say the sentence once, slowly and with deep meaning. La sostancia divina mi pertenece ahora, y se manifiesta como sumas enormes y constantes de dinero. Visualize the numbers on the slip, lighting up, glowing with that same golden current you imagined leaving your chest. See the ticket not as a piece of paper, but as a living magnet for its matching prize. Fold the ticket, put it in your pocket or wallet, and then most importantly release it mentally. Let it go completely. That act of release is the ultimate gesture of faith. It is the body language of someone who has placed an order at a fine restaurant and knows, without a single doubt, that the kitchen is preparing it and the delivery is on its way. You don't worry about it, you just expect it. First, before you do anything else, perform a ruthless audit of your self-talk and your feelings for an entire day. Carry a small notebook. If the phrase "I never win anything," or the feeling of financial anxiety is still on repeat in the back of your mind, you are driving with one foot on the gas and one on the brake. You are running the law in reverse. Acknowledge the thought, thank it for trying to protect you, and then replace it immediately with your declaration. Second, you must celebrate every single tiny inflow of abundance. Did you get a €2 refund? Celebrate it with genuine joy. Did a friend buy you coffee? Celebrate it. Did you find $5 in the pocket of last winter's coat? Celebrate it. Celebration is a powerful broadcast to the universe that says, "I see the current moving, more of this please." Gratitude is the magnet for more. Third, you must feed your new identity. Spend your evenings reading Florence Scovel Shinn's masterpiece, The Game of Life and How to Play It. The chapters are short, but the wisdom is profound. It will remind you of the spiritual laws you are working with and reinforce the new identity you have decided to become. It will be the bedrock upon which you build your new prosperous reality. When a friend or family member inevitably asks what's different about you, why you seem calmer, more optimistic, less stressed about money, resist the urge to preach about metaphysics and divine substance. This knowledge is sacred, and not everyone is ready to receive it. Instead, just smile and say something simple and true, like, "I'm training my mind to focus on solutions instead of problems," or "I'm working on my relationship with money." Start there. Skip the lottery part at first, share the phrase purely as a powerful mindset drill for abundance. If they express genuine curiosity and want to know more, then you can share the stories. Tell them about Elena's 7-day turnaround or Cynthia Stafford's incredible certainty. Stories have a way of melting skepticism and bypassing the analytical mind in a way that no theory or explanation ever could. Lead by example, not by lecture. Are you already using this sentence or a similar one? We want to hear from you. The energy of this community is a powerful amplifier. Drop into the comments the very first shift you noticed, no matter how small. Was it an inspired idea that popped into your head? A strange but welcome coincidence? A surprise gift or check in the mail? Did you just start feeling lighter and less worried about bills? Your story could be the spark that helps someone else finally believe it's possible. Sharing your wins, big or small, amplifies the signal for everyone. Florence Scovel Shinn taught that this phrase is immensely powerful, not because the specific syllables contain some ancient magic, but because repeating it and believing it forces you to feel the having of it now. That feeling, that internal state of being, is everything. It is the cause, and the material world is the effect. Money, the house, the car, the lottery ticket. These are merely the outer symbols, the shadows on the wall, of an inner state of consciousness. That is why some people win massive jackpots and lose it all within a few years. They received the symbol, but they never changed their inner state from one of lack to one of abundance. Their internal thermostat was still set to poverty, so the universe had to correct the temperature. Conversely, this is why other people never buy a single lottery ticket and yet live in a state of steady, comfortable overflow. They have cultivated an inner state of wealth, and their outer world simply and effortlessly conforms to that reality. The true prize is not the money, it's the mastery of your own mind. The money is just the bonus. So, the ultimate secret shared by these unlikely winners isn't a hidden number, a statistical trick, or a rigged drawing. It is the simple, split-second decision to stop identifying with your problems and your past, and to start identifying with the infinite divine substance that is already always flowing toward you, just waiting for you to open the gate. Your job is not to make it happen, but to let it happen. The work is not to build the channels, but to remove the dams of your own doubt and disbelief. Speak the phrase, feel the certainty it brings, and act from that place of quiet peace. And when the prize inevitably arrives, whether it comes through the lottery drawing, a sudden business windfall, or a surprise inheritance you never knew existed, you won't gasp in disbelief. You'll simply smile with that same unnatural calm as the others, and say to yourself, of course. Because your word had already decreed it, and the universe always says yes.